Hey there, what's up? I'm just going to show you how to make a map on CoD UO Radiant, otherwise known as Gradient. Okay, once you got it all open and started up with, you can open up this window. It like shows you everything what to do. Okay, left mouse button and then drag and drop. Just drag it. Then you should be able to make a square, as you can see on here. It should appear in the 3D window like you just saw, and if it was for better quality, you would be able to see the whole square. Okay, now I'm just going to make the walls, because in this demo I'm going to show you how to make a building. Okay. In later demos, I'm going to make it so that you can have more than one building and make it so that you introduce them into entire maps and you get to run around them, stuff like that. Okay. So right now I'm building the walls. You can just drag and drop like that. Of course, right now if you're looking on the 3D screen, it's not that high, it's just one square high. And yeah, I made a bit of a mistake here. It went down below when I shouldn't have done, so let's just, come on. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, it's quite a good tool. Me and my dad been using it for quite some time now. We've made quite a few maps, but I haven't done one for YouTube yet, so it should be good. Okay, now I've got them all level. You can, by the way, yeah, it's shift and click to select stuff, to edit it, add textures to it, stuff like that. Okay, so you can either use the 3D screen and right click and pull up. At the same time, your mouse should disappear, but because of my recording software, it's gone. And then there should be like an X, stuff like that button, where my mouse just was then. And if you pull up on that, you can control the height as well. It changes the view. So like, say if you wanted to, like, how to explain? Say if you wanted to view it from the top, bird's eye view, you'd click on it. Well, usually as soon as you come on it, it does bird's eye view. Then it does a side view, and then it does another side view, I think, or like an underneath view. I don't tend to use that very much. I tend to use just use a 3D screen. I find it a bit easier. Okay, now we're just going to go in textures to, liven it up. And once it loads up, yeah, there we go. You want to go down to find something that's called cork. Okay? Once you click on that, well, first you should highlight it, like I'm doing now. Just remember shift and click, or left button click. And then you've got them all highlighted, click cork again, and it should change colour from like the little squares that it is. Okay, now as you can see, it's all kind of like decorated in a way, but if you went out on that, you wouldn't be able to do anything. You might be able to stand up, but that'd be it. But right now I'm just going to colour in these ones by pressing shift control and then clicking on it, and it selects that face, because any faces that you don't see, you want to have cork on it, so that, well, you're not wasting memory, because it's hard to explain, but the more stuff that you have, the more memory it takes up on it, and the game is slower. But right now I couldn't find my textures, so it may be a while. But it's really quite hard. Well, it's really quite easy, sorry, to make a map. Loads of people go, oh yeah, this map looks so hard to make and stuff like that, but to be honest, I can make quite good maps. Right now I'm just going to show you how to make this building, but again I can't find any good textures, so later on there we'll be able to know how to put in doors, windows, doors that you open and close, stuff like that, yeah. And I think you can do it, but it's really quite hard. You can make breakable windows, which is something that you don't usually do when you're on CoD UO. Most windows are just like firm. You can shoot them and something that's changed. It's not as good as the latest CoDs, like CoD Black Ops. Here's my texture. But yeah. And well, yeah, so it's not as good as the latest CoDs, but this one will work on CoD UO. And right now I'm just going to do the back of it, because, well, when I introduce this into another map, you don't want to have cork on the outside. Although that doesn't actually concern us right now, but it's best to get everything done and dusted, so you're not waiting for ages, like just doing the outside texture when you need to. You can just do it now and boom. Again, it's not necessary that you have to do it right now, but I am. Okay, so once I've got these selected, got one more face to do. Then I'm going to add another texture onto it so that, well, it can look good on the outside. So let's find these textures I use. Alright, yeah, there's texture names, so like Austria, Belgium, battleship, stuff like that. I think I'm in Denmark right now, using the Denmark textures, but they all have different types of textures. And you can't really see the whole of my screen because I didn't want to see everything that's at the bottom of my screen. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. I just didn't want to see like everything, make it look unprofessional. But at the very bottom of my screen, it has like, well, it's very sad. The screen, it has like all the textures, a bit more, like a couple more textures, and you can't see the very bottom because at the very bottom there's stuff like Ukraine and stuff like that or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just gonna select this one. Alright, yeah. And when you shift something, shift and click it, and then press Control F, it fits it automatically, so you're not like, you know, so it's not like there and like repeated. But you have to be a shift, click, Control F. You can't have it Control Shift and then Control F to work. If you want to know your proportions, use actor and you can like little actors. Or if you want to do deathmatch spawn, so say if you want to have a team deathmatch on there, you just want to put in one of these by going MP deathmatch spawn. Just dragging it down so it's at the right floor. Again, I like to use the, you know, 3D map. I just find it easier. Maybe it's me. Okay, and then that's it really. Okay, so then now I'm gonna save it once I just shown you like finished result. Okay, come on, save it. Okay, now I'm just gonna save it. I didn't actually introduce something in here, which was that you need to actually export. Well, yeah, I think it was export as .map, and then you can just like, you know, put it. You'll see later, but you have to export it into the CoD UO map MP. Okay, now once I've done this, because I actually did these in two like separate videos, so I kind of cheated. But once you do this, you go edits on this thing. I'll show you where you can get them in the links. But okay, and then you go in the thingy. There's a map name. I already made one before that was called test. And then you put in the name of your map. So mine's called YouTube map. Well, underscore map. And then you save this by going file, save, obviously. Then you close down that, go back to it, and then press 4 if you want to have a compile map with log file. So that way you know what's happened, like lighting and stuff like that, which we will get onto having lights. But then you want to go compile map 2. Well, not compile map, sorry. Start CoD UO with map, YouTube map in normal mode. That's what it should come up with. And then it comes up with this after some loading, but I skipped that out. And then you go whatever weapon you want, and then boom, you're inside your map. So it's really quite simple when you want to have a simple map, but if you ever want to have a very complex map, then it can take about an hour. If you want to have a really complex map, then it can take you about a day or a month for some maps take. But I usually get mine done in about an hour, or as you can see in this one, about 9 minutes, which is a lot. Okay, thanks for watching. See ya!